Well, I'm not getting those stupid drop frames messages, so I think something. Okay, let me do something about this. There we go. I don't even know if I have chips at my house right now. I don't think I have any chips in my house. Midway through the stream, I guess I'll just go check and see if we have any chips. What I think I'm gonna do is actually I'm gonna quit Skype, and I think the people on the stream are gonna be a little confused because I don't know if they can hear you. Yeah, they can't hear you, so we're just having a one-sided conversation right now. Cool. All right, I'm gonna wait for a few more viewers and then I'll begin. Are we really second place? Oh, okay. All right. Well, it still says 26 on my screen, and on XSplit, yeah. So XSplit says that I only have 13, which is kind of weird. And on XSplit, yeah. So XSplit says that I only have 13, which is kind of weird. So
Yeah, my iPad's also saying 13. It's weird.
yeah. Check the stream to see if you can hear your voice now because I changed some things on XSplit.
Your voice is very quiet, and yeah, I can hear my voice on the stream.
Okay, does this sound any better? We'll have to see when it rolls by.
Yeah. All right, first place on the Twitch, 30 viewers about.
Alright, so we're going to get started now.
Okay.
So today we're going to be building the RDOT Training Center. The RDOT Training Center will provide a place for people who want to learn how to drive tow trucks and snow plows, and provide a place where they can test their skills, try out for positions, and look good at the same time. And
Just to say, guys, for the stream, if we hit 100 viewers, there'll be a 5,000 Robux giveaway.
oh man. Okay. Well, I'm getting people saying that my mic just really needs to turn up, so I'm going to do that. Properties. Okay. Do I just need to talk really, really loud or something? Or is this alright now?
We'll have to find out if it rolls by.
Yeah.
Talking loud's better. My voice is like bombing the whole thing.
Alright. Let's try that. Alright. Maybe this will be good. So, as you can see on the screen, we have a couple of goals that we're going to be working through on the stream. We're going to be about, it's going to be about a 2.5 hour stream. So we'll see how far we get through this list of things that we're going to do. So the first thing we have to do is finish the classroom. And for those of you who don't know what the classroom looks like, there it is. Let me just drag that down for a bit. So
Up 42 viewers.
here we can see there's our projector, and we have a whole bunch of chairs that people can sit at and then learn about driving tow trucks and driving snow plows. So once we go out the door, we're in the lobby area. You can see there's a desk for people to sit at. There's a bathroom. Haven't put anything in it yet. This is the teacher's area. And then right outside this door, there's the garage where the snowplow and the tow truck are stationed at, as well as an RDOT Crown Vic on the outside. Then we have a little bit of road. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to get command utility up to snuff, and then build a podium.
I'm going to mute my reg call so I can just watch directly from the stream.
Alright.
Just type to me if you need something.
Will do. So let's get this to an appropriate height. and change the color and the material so it looks more like a podium. So this is my absolute favorite plugin. It's the converter plugin, and you can type in the name of any kind of part and it will change what you have into that part. So we had a part and now it's a wedge part. Let's rotate it just a bit. And there you have it. Now lecturers can stand somewhere and talk to the class. At a later date, I'm going to turn this into an actual working projector board. That way this projector can do something other than just project the State of Rockport logo. And another thing that we have to do eventually is program these doors, because they're not programmed right now, so we'll get to that later. So let's look back at our goals. So we have to finish the lobby, and that consists of a potted plant. So let's go find our potted plant that we can put in our lobby. There we go. Alright, so this is a place created by my good friend Zone Buddy on Roblox. I already asked about it, and he said that I can use these little trees here in the lobby. So that's what I'm gonna do. Here we go. Let's copy this plant and move it into this. So one of the interesting things about Studio is if you're copying and pasting, it no longer puts it where your selection is or where you're looking. It actually puts it in world coordinates where it was. So in the other place that Zone Buddy created, the plant was way high up in the air. So it pasted way high up in the air for this place, which is no big, because as you can see, we're working on it. There we go. Where should we put this? We'll put this plant over here. Okay, so we have our plant, but these walls are pretty barren. So one of the things that I was looking into was getting a bunch of posters that I can put onto the walls, but I haven't quite found some good enough ones yet.
I noticed that you're using the old studio.
Yeah, so the new studio, it just kind of breaks the workflow for me. With this old studio, I have every button that I could possibly conceive all at one time. If I want to grab any of these, I can. If I want anchor, I don't have to go into a whole different menu to do that. Paint bucket works how a paint bucket should. Dropper tool, that works. Materials. Faces, that's kind of scrunched up because I'm using a smaller screen, but I like having all the buttons that I can see all at one time. And with the new studio, you cannot have that.
Yeah, I personally like the new studio. It just feels like it more organized to me.
Yeah. But yeah, I like the old one because, like I said, all the buttons are everywhere. There's no fiddling around with different menus. So we have our plant. Now just need to put some other things in the lobby to make it complete. Let's work on the desk. So here you can see there's some desk drawers, kind of like that. Paper. This could use some stacks of paper. So we're getting into some really small stuff right now. That way we can have a very nice stack of paper. Now, one of the interesting things that Roblox does on purpose is every brick has a random color difference. And so with this random color difference, you can see, like on these file cabinets, how none of the drawers are the same color as the background. And so I was hoping that this stack of papers would also get that same treatment, but it looks like it's not. So I'm going to move the papers around, kind of disorganize them. That way it looks like a stack of paper. There we go. One stack of paper. Then what we can do is copy all of them. Oop, I didn't want that. And move them down. Maybe even flip them upside down. There we go. And then make it a different color. Not that color. There we go, that's a good color. Move them to the side a little. Okay, that's lovely. So I have to reposition them just a bit. There we go. Move this one down. And we have another stack of paper. Ain't that cool? So another thing that we need to add is a copy machine, because what are we going to use all these papers for if you don't have a copy machine? So let's go find a picture of a copy machine. Good grief, if I could spell. Alright, this one looks good. So here's the copy machine that we're going to be making. And we're going to be making it with the help of CSG. So for some of you, this might be the first time you've seen CSG be used other than the cup demo. So I'll try and explain what I'm doing. So you want to start out with a rough approximation of what you're going to be doing. So there's a hole in it on that side. Same for here. It's not quite that tall. Alright, how's this looking? Alright, so we have that. So right now we're just making the rough outline of the copy machine. Now here's where it gets interesting. One of the cool things that the CSG modeler does is you can change the color of faces. And so what we're going to do is we're going to use that to make this black surface right here. So let's convert this into a wedge part. There we go. Make it the right size and flip it around. That way it's facing the right way. So you see it looks kind of weird right now, but once we remove that brick, it will that brick will basically create that black surface right there. So let's flip this brick around again and resize it. Oop, there we go. Okay. Working in small spaces is kind of tough. Alright, there we go. Actually, I'm going to copy this one once again, move it down, and then recolor it because there is a little drop off on the actual machine. You can see right there. So that's what this triangle is going to be doing, is creating this edge. So after that, we get to create everything that's on top. But first, why don't we go ahead and start CSGing this together. So to remove bricks, you have to hit the negative button, which is the block with holes in it. And you'll notice that all of the negative parts turn red and transparent. That's okay. That's what it's doing, what it's supposed to. So then to combine bricks together, you click the union selection button, which is the brick with a blue stick through it. So you can see it's created that black edge that I was talking about. So now let's combine these two together. We have our slope. We combine the last of them together, and then this is all one part. An interesting thing about CSGs is the use part color object on the side. If you click it, the CSG will be all one color, but you can change the color of it. So for example, if I change this copy machine to like dark orange, it's not dark orange until I click use part color. So let's move this back to light stone gray. Another annoying thing is that the unions are not anchored by default, so you have to click the anchor button every time you create a new one. So let's take a look again at our copy machine. So there's something up on the top and the side, and there's that tray. So let's just grab a random brick and use it. So now that this is prepared, let's create that tray that we saw. After we do that, there we go. Create the tray. By shrinking this down. And there you have it. So now what we get to do is one of my favorite things is edge rotate. And this little box here is what the thing is going to rotate on. So let's see if I did it correctly. I did. So let's insert a little mesh just to make it thinner. Wrong mesh. Insert a block mesh. 5. There we go, that looks good. And then moving that down just a bit. Okay, so let's try unionizing these together. And here we go, Union Unsolvable 3. When you work a lot with CSG Modeler, you'll see that quite a bit. And usually what this means is that there's a part that's just too close to something else. Or rather that the part is there's going to be too small of a triangle created. So let's try this once more with a thicker tray like this. Okay, so here now is where it gets tricky. The CSG modeler is just kind of weird about some things, and figuring out how to do something properly is just one of the skills that you have to develop over time in order to be able to use this tool effectively. So this time I'm going to make sure that it's on the right edge. Sometimes you can get the wrong edge, and let's rotate it that way. Move it back. Come on. There we go. Union. Nope, doesn't wanna. Don't wanna. No. Well, we're gonna figure this out. Okay. So let's just skip the angled tray, or rather, let's just move the angled tray to somewhere else. Alright, now I think we're going to get this show on the road. There we go. One copy machine. Rename it copy machine. That way we know what it actually is. What's Mario talking to me about? Okay. So we have the paper, we have the copy machine. What we could use is a computer screen. So I'm going to model this screen after the computer screen that I have right in front of me. Hopefully it will look pretty good. So the first thing is the base. Every computer screen has to have one. Otherwise it wouldn't be a very effective computer. Although in history there are many examples of computers that have no screens. Okay, we're looking at the back now, seeing how the stand connects to the actual screen. And it connects kind of like that. Okay, so there are a bunch of questions about what this icon is down here. This is not Alienware, it's actually a music player. So if we went to like this one, anyway, let's get back to the computer screen. One of the interesting things that you can always do is create a screen that fits the dimensions perfectly. So we have 3. I'll make this screen 3 tall, that's way too big. So the screen that I'm modeling is 9 by it's 16 by 9. So if we keep that in mind, we can create a screen that's exactly the size that we want it to be. So if we take this print 2.6 times 9 divided by 16 is 1.4. So that's actually the screen resolution, or rather that's the actual dimensions of the screen that I'm looking at right now. There we go. So if I were to move this in just a bit, I could negate it from the screen, and then there's a hole that we can put a screen when I so desire later, when I feel like programming this computer screens. So then there's a thing in the back. Let's see how that connects up. Okay. So actually, this computer screen is black in the back, not gray like I thought it was. So we're going to have some negating to do. So right now I'm just creating the bricks necessary to negate. That way the computer screen has a black back, just like the real one. Oops, wrong way. First you have to negate that. There we go. Grab these things. Oh, did I forget one? Yes. Alright. There we go. Negate these. Union with this. Okay, I did something wrong. Oh, that's why. Okay. Delete that. Move that into place. Okay. Take all these. Unionize. And you can't really see it all that well, but there is that. So actually, I don't really like that. I'm going to make it thicker in the little background area. So there we are. Negate that. And then grab these 4 pieces. There we go. Take this, union it, and then take these last parts and move. Actually, we'll move this down first, just like the real one. Slide that on down. Duplicate this because I'm going to do something cool with it. If you remember the cup, how they created the inside of the cup, that's what I'm going to be doing right now. So we have our ring, and we slide the ring over, then you negate it, and then you can see we have a step up.
Duplicate.
So Fed just reminded me of something. That is the original stream. Anyway, so we have this. We'll call this monitor. And then we'll grab another part to use as the screen. All right. Color this one black. Screen. There we go. And then let's go into the break room and grab this screen script from the TV. And just plug it in there for now. There we go. So if I wanted to play solo, that screen would work just like this one. And actually, this whole TV is also CSG modeled. If you know how an actual tube TV works, you'll know that the screen is bent. And that's what you can see right here, is the screen is actually how it would appear in real life. And then this couch is also CSG'd. An interesting design that I cooked up yesterday. You'll see this quite a bit more in the future when I get to it. And this is where you'll grab your radio and your jacket for now. I have 2 invisible bricks that are the givers. And one of the things that I did, that I changed, is that these givers don't give you multiple ones. So In the old ones, if you got a jacket, you could wait 4 seconds and then grab a second jacket. But this one, you can only grab one jacket. If you don't have a jacket, you'll get one, but if you have a jacket, you won't get one. So let's group this together. And then rotate it a bit. There we go. That way the person at the desk can look at the person who's standing right there, and the computer monitor is off to the side. So, shout out to a guy stole my account. He asks, why do the police vests have Nerf bullets in them? And the answer is because they're Nerf jackets from the Nerf competition, except retextured to look like safety jackets. But guess what? You can think about it as just having fun while on the job. Get to shoot people with your Nerf bullets. Pew pew. So we're going to skip to the garage really quickly. One of the things that we have to add for the garage is regen buttons and lights, and that's pretty much going to be it. So let's start with lights by making it nighttime. Yay, nighttime. So I already made the interiors of all the buildings look alright at night. But now we have to do the same for the inside of the garage. So back to our handy dandy Google. Let's just see what we can get for lights. Alright, so mostly straight kind of lights. Some of them that we see are skylights, but that's not going to do at night. So let's just pick this light that we can see in here and model that. So here we get to pull from one of my other projects. Let's see if I can find it. Okay, so I was at one point working on a map for Don't Blink, but that kind of fell through, sadly. So what I'm going to be doing is taking one of the lights that I created for it out, and then using it in, using that light in the shop. So here you can see, there's the light. Let's close out of that because we don't need it anymore. Let's close out of that because we probably aren't ever going to need this stream. And let's go back here. So one of the things that you can see is that this light is glowing in the dark. That's to be expected because it has surface GUIs on them. Surface GUIs are the same. They're the things that make the headlights light up at night. So we're going to put these in the corner. And let's get rid of these sounds. Insert a spotlight. And we get to play the game of which way is the light facing. Okay, it's facing that way. So let's increase the angle to maybe 120 degrees. Change the color. There we go. Change the range, which will pretty much also change the brightness. Yeah, it's looking. All right, that's pretty dang good. So let's move this over here. Copy this, move it over here. There we go. That looks a lot better, doesn't it? So let's move these over here and then rotate them around so they're facing the correct way. There we go. And our garage is well lit now. Ain't that amazing? So now what we have to do is add regen buttons, which it was a bad idea to close the other place down. So let's open it up again. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab some regen buttons out of this place and then change them so only instructors can click them. Alright, so one of the cool things about the regen buttons is they're all exactly the same. And the only thing that differs between each of them is the name that they have. So let's put these on the wall, just because I'm cool like that. There. Okay, so the name that I need to name this is here. So paste that in, and now that's going to spawn a tow truck. Move this one back. Oh yeah, also, does this have the Department of Licensing? Yes, it does. Okay, so let me copy this over here. Paste that as the name. And we're going to move these forward just a bit. That way there's walking room behind them. Alright. Now we get to edit the button. So, originally, these guys don't care who clicks it, but now they do. So let's change this script just a bit. So, this right here will return a player if I type in a player. Now, the thing is, I can have any name for this player. It just depends upon what the mouse click returns. And so the mouse click returns the player that clicked it, so let's name it something descriptive like player. So debounce, let's change that. There we go. That way it won't spawn one automatically. Okay. So here's what we get to do. We have to make sure that the player is on the correct team. So what we do is if debounce is equal to false and player.teamColor equals brick color dot new bright violet. And let's make sure I spelled that correctly. Alright, so now the only people who can click this are people on the instructor's team. Let's copy the regen button script into here. And then move this outside. That way this one can also get a regen button. Okay. Now let's test this. So what we're going to test is if the regen buttons allow me to click normally. And if they do, that means the script didn't work. But if they don't, what I'm going to do is change my team color to that of the instructor's team. And then if it allows me to click, then I know everything is working. So let's just take a trip through the staff lounge. This is what the screen script does, by the way, for now. Eventually, when the database comes around, there will be actual computer screens that you can use. So let's copy these, put them in server storage, and refresh these scripts. Okay, it doesn't work. That's good. So now that I've confirmed that it doesn't let you click if you're not on the right team, let's change myself to the right team. Bright violet. Ta-da! Okay. So now only instructors can click the button. Okay. In the garage, pretty good. So we'll just keep that as is. Alright, now what? Let us look at our goals. So finish break room. Let's finish the break room. So here we have the break room. It's kind of empty. You have file cabinets, high visibility jacket stuff, the entertainment area. But where we should have is a tool chest right there, because they got to fix the cars and stuff. So let's do that right now. Let's find a tool chest for us to use as our model. Alright, this one looks fine. Or this one. We'll just use this one. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. There we go. Okay, get rid of the handles. Get rid of that. Color these red for tool chest. Alright, let's elevate it so that we can put casters underneath. Let's widen these out just to get that authentic tool chest feeling. Now the thing is, we don't want to make this tool chest too high, so let's see just what too high looks like. We don't really have a lot of room to work with, but we'll make do, I'm sure. So let's move these down, then we can copy this drawer a bunch of times. There we go. Bonafide tool chest. Except for a few things. Let's make these two separate things. And change these handles to go all the way across. That's cool. Insert a mesh. And scale it appropriately. Move it into position. And do that for all the drawers. Alright, now there's one thing missing. The casters. So let's just group all this up for now. Okay. So, we rotate this caster into position. Into position, not out of it. Change the size of it. And then change this into a wedge part. That way we get a nice looking caster. Okay. There's our caster, which will CSG together. Move this over as well. Come on. Alright, now that the casters are all in place, let's CSG all these together. Oh wait, no, let's not, because those are drawers. Okay, so that's done. Yay. After we get the casters in the model. No, come on. Where is that model? Tool chest. Here we go. A proper tool chest. Ain't that nice? Okay. It's still kind of barren over here, so we're going to have to figure out what we're going to do with that. Marilyn! Okay, hold on. Marilyn, I'm streaming! Okay. So while Marilyn is yelling my ear off for whatever reason, we'll try and continue this. Okay. Now that that's taken care of, we need some kind of thing here. What to add there, just to fill this space up. Let's add a bed, because when you're waiting at the garage for a call, sometimes you have to sleep. Now, so I just got a suggestion for a conference table. I don't really think a conference table would be all that good for...
You can make a drinking fountain, too.
Conference table, I don't know about that. Although a dinner table does sound like a good idea. We'll go with a dinner table. So, dinner table. Then we get to copy this chair around it a few times. Because nothing says utilitarian like using the same chair in like 50 places. And I'm rotating them kind of awkwardly just so that it looks realistic, because who actually pushes in their chair all the way? Sometimes people like to sit a little diagonal. Let's okay. Push these in a little bit more. That way the walkway is not too cluttered. So, for everyone who's trying to get my attention on raid call, you're kind of out of luck, because the raid call is not on the same screen that Twitch is broadcasting. So, just don't bother me.
CSG a donut on the table.
Oh, that's going to be difficult. The problem with that is that there's no toruses. And toruses are the geometric shape that donuts are. But what could I do? I could make waffles. Yeah, let's make waffles. Oop, I didn't want that. All right, let's begin our waffly quest. But first, we have to determine what material these waffles are going to be, if there is a material that they can be. Slate looks like it'll work. So we have our standard waffle. Then what we get to do is drill holes in it. Won't that be exciting? Okay, so these waffles are just going to have to be a little bit lopsided. So let's just move those down for now. And then finish moving those across. So now what I get to do is grab all of these and do it to the other side. Alright, now that we have our waffly bit, I have to select all of them, which is going to be fun for nobody. There we go. Then select all. Oh, come on. This is why I said it was going to be fun for nobody. You have to select all the waffly bits. All of them. Hopefully this one will go through and it won't have too many faces, because there's a 2,500 face limit for CSG parts. So hopefully this waffle will not break that. Alright, so what the heck did I just select? Okay, there we go. Waffly bits all selected, negated, and do your magic. And then we wait for a while. Okay, waffly bits succeeded. Alright, there is our 1.9 by 1.9 size waffle. Let's name it waffle, and then I like how these are huge waffles. We'll make a plate for them. So this time I'm gonna make the plate a little bit differently than normal, than an easy plate. What I'm gonna do is make this plate bowl shaped, just like real plates. Okay, here's how you make a bowl-shaped plate. First, what you have to do is insert a special mesh and change the mesh type to sphere. And then you have to stretch this sphere out to the size that you want it. This one is probably going to be pretty large, just so that our plate is more plate-y. Alright, that's probably going to be good enough. Let's sink this one down. And then we have to determine the size of our plate. So 4 is kind of large. Let's go 3. So a 3 by 3 plate. Now here's the deal. In order to make this plate, we're going to have to negate the cylinder, or negate the sphere. So to do that, we have to do negate this, negate that, and take the negation of this, and work your magic on this sphere. There we go. Now, we move the sphere up just a bit. take the negation of that. Work your magic. Oh, wait, I did that too soon. So the first thing that we need to do is grab that and that. Negate, or union them, right? That way we have our plate bottom, then union that. And we have a very nice plate that we can put our very large waffles on. Let's rename this plate. There we go. We can put our waffles on the plate. Three waffles ought to be good enough. Ta-da! Okay. So there's our three waffles. Spin this one over just a bit. There we go. Okay. That is looking pretty good. We have our waffles, we have our table, we have our chairs, we have our TV, and we have our safety equipment. Ain't that great? So let's take a look at our list again. Create terrain, create road, and create trees. Let's start with road. After, of course, you make it daytime. There we go. Let's see how the garage looks. Looks mighty fine. Let's get rid of these annoying spammers. And get back to the road. So, where did I put that image? There's an image that I made of all the roads that I wanted to create on this thing. And we're opening it up right now. Alright, so if you can't really tell, the dark gray and the light gray are for me, but the important thing are those black lines. And that's the roads that I'm hoping to create. So I'm going to move this to the second screen. That way you guys don't have to see it while I'm building. So let's get to work. So as you know, this is going to be the tow truck, and snowplow place. And the one place that snowplows get a lot of use in is mountainous regions. And so if you remember the
Just to say,
terrain,
we're really close to 100 viewers.
yeah, so
We're at 99.
what was the prize? 5,000 Robux?
101.
Okay, it sounds like Fed is going to start the prize giving for the 100 viewers. I'll let him take the microphone.
Yeah, I can't hear you on Rayco, by the way, but doing a giveaway.
So while Fed's setting that up, I'll continue working on the roads.
All right. So, what the command is that randomly selects everybody in the chat. Okay, so how this works is I'll type exclamation point winner, and it'll randomly select everybody that's watching the stream. Once it selects you, please tell me if you're BC or not. If you're not BC, we'll have to pick another person. All right, here we go. The winner is Mini Boy 349. Please reply saying if you're BC or not. If there's no reply if you're not BC, we'll reselect. It appears we need to reselect. All right, here we go. It's trial 2. Remember, if you are the winner, please say if you're BC or not. And if we don't get a reply or if you're not BC, we'll have to reselect again. Here we go. All right, the winner is Liam the C. Liam the CO. I don't know what your username is, but if you type that in the chat with it, please. All right, he's not BC. Here we go for trial 3. X Fist of Justice Alt is the winner.
That sounds kind of like it would have no BC.
All right, X Fists of Justice X. PM me on Roblox, your 5,000 Robux T-shirt, and I will reward you with that cash. Congratulations, you're the winner.
And look, now that there's 100 viewers, there's no longer 100 viewers. So what we're doing here is we're just applying some roads. Let's see, I think that will make it. No. Okay, so there's a really cool plugin that Stravent made called Resize Align. You can grab it from his plugins page.
Just to say, guys, the next giveaway is at 200 viewers now.
Yeah, so the really cool thing about the plugin is you can pretty much do anything as far as making corners align like this. So you can see how they come to that very nice edge, and that's created by the Resize Align plugin. So let's continue making this road. Now my idea is that the testing place would have the same roads as a city does, and that way you can get familiar with the roads of a city, and at the same time there's nobody there to interfere with the testing. So let's resize these bricks. Oh wait, I can't because they're not custom. Okay. Let's try this once more. There we go. That's the magic of the Resize Align tool. Right now I'm working on the main town area. Since the idea for this place is not so much a city as it is a county, there's not going to be very much city area at all. So right now I'm just making sure that these are regularly sized blocks. That way the buildings will be nice and regularly sized, and then I don't have to go do something crazy. So there's that. Oh, but I did forget one important thing. There's supposed to be a hill here. So let's do that. And we'll use the resize align plugin for our rescue. That way, don't have to deal with things like this, where they intersect each other. No, that's what the resize align plugin cures, is stuff just like that. So here we go, resize align, select the two faces that you want, after making sure that all your bricks are custom. Because the resize align plugin pretty much cannot work if the bricks aren't custom.
X Fist of Justice was paid 5,000 Robux. Congratulations once again.
Alright, let's stretch that out just a bit. Alright, so when things line up just like that, that makes me happy. I really like it when that stuff happens. Because sometimes the bricks will be resized in some way that just doesn't work, which is satisfying. Alright, we got about an hour left of this stream. So I'm going to be getting into some more road really quick. Actually, that was the wrong way. It goes down, not up. Alright, so one very important thing when building roads is to make sure that all your vehicles can navigate them. So that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to test to make sure that this crown is not going to circumvent the ability of the tow trucks to move over it, because that would be pretty bad. So here we are at the tow truck. Let's unanchor it and then hop in the seat. So as you probably figured out by using the tow trucks in Remington and stuff, is that these trucks, they have a very wide turning radius.
Hey, Space, just to say, when you're in play solo mode, it lags the stream really badly.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll just hurry up on, go over to where I need to be to test this thing. And there's really no way around it, unfortunately. So let's make sure that a 10-degree difference in inclination doesn't affect the tow trucks. So it actually seems like it does, unfortunately. So we're going to have to change this to all 5. Okay. So we're getting close to an intersection of road. Now, since this is a mountainous region that I'm creating, there's going to be lots of hills. And one of the things that I'm going to have to overcome is roads connecting to other roads that are inclined, like this one. Fortunately, to our rescue is something called triangle plugin, and that will allow us to smoothly create intersections in roads that are tilted. So let's take a look at some of this road, just so that I get a nice fresh segment that isn't lopsided. And rotate it into place. So let's take a look at how we're going to do this. The way triangle plugin works is you click 3 points, or rather you click 3 bricks, and it'll create bricks between, or it'll create a triangle between those bricks as long as that brick is less than 1 by 1 by 1. So what I'm doing right now is making sure that those bricks will be able to handle this. Okay, there we are. 38 divided by 2 is 15 plus 4, that's 19. There we go. Okay, let's move these so that they connect up. There we go, that looks pretty good. Clone these one more time. There we go. Now we can begin using the triangle making plugin. Ta-da! There's a triangle. Let's create another triangle. And we will continue to create these triangles up to the road. So kind of low poly, but that's all right. There we go. That's a transition from diagonal to straight road. Now what we have to do is move these bricks. And I may have done something stupid. No, I didn't. Okay. So we have to grab these bricks, move them down a bit. Actually, first just make them thicker. That way we don't have any issues with trucks and stuff driving over them. Okay. So some of these are going to go up, some of them are going to go down. That's why we're building in Studio, is so that we can catch these little things and put them correct. Let's make them concrete, and there you have it. So now we're just filling in more road. So, okay. We have a bit of road, and now it's time to create a crossroad.
Hey, Space, you got a question. They're asking how you basically found Roblox.
Okay, so Roblox, I found Roblox looking at YouTube videos back in 2007. Uh, I don't know if any of you guys know what the sled roller coasters are, but that there were a bunch of videos of those, and um, eventually, after seeing enough of them, I finally found one with a link to the website. So I found the link, went to roblox.com, and the rest is, history. So the idea with this map is kind of like plain view. Where it's really spread out, but I don't want it to be as deserted as plain view. I want there to be kind of interesting things to do or interesting places to drive. And so that's what I'm doing right now with this kind of S-bend curve.
Everybody wants a refresher on what you're making.
Okay, so let's go here. So I'm building the Rockport Department of Transportation Training Center and hopefully a county that people can drive around in that functions just like a city. And that's why I'm creating all these roads, because the best training is the training that you get while doing it in the real thing, if that makes any sense. And that is one of the reasons why the driver's training place looks like a city, is so that you get the best training possible.
Hey, Space, this is weird. We got 170 viewers right now.
Really? That's cool. So let's see here, 28. Okay, so we're going to complete the other side of the S-bend, and we're going to try and link it up with the road over there somewhere. So, or what is it?
Are your goals things still on the stream?
Oh, okay. Okay, there we go. There, we're back to this now. Right now I'm completing the road that will connect up to that little valley over there. I may have to change this valley. Yeah, I'm going to have to change the valley quite a bit. So one of the things that you always have to do is be willing to change things if some doesn't work out. Because there's so many times where you or I or anyone has built something and it just doesn't work. So that's why you have to be open to, well, okay, so this didn't work. What else will?
Alright, so yeah, we're getting view butted actually. We have 397 viewers supposedly.
Yeah. Hey, view botting is not cool. Don't do it. I think that forfeits the second prize.
Yeah, the giveaways won't happen, guys, since it's a view bot. Now we've dropped down to 153. I'm not sure if it's real or fake.
I don't know.
But it's
We've been
more of a
hanging around
believable
at
number.
kind of like 80 or 90 for the most part.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Space, they're curious about your plugin.
Which plugin is that? Oh, the GUI on the side. So, this is a plugin called CMD UTL. If you go to Quenty's plugin page, I believe he has it in pretty much an unadulterated form. And it's the plugin that I use all the time. I don't see myself ever changing the plugin that I'm using because it's just so useful. All these bugs that are happening with the move tool, I don't see them because I'm using command utility. So now we just have to connect up this road to the other road, and we'll have a full loop of road. But there's going to be more road than just this little bit here, so don't worry. There'll be lots of fun to be had here, both training and as a city. Alright, there we go. So that looks pretty perfect to me. perfect enough for government work, which is what this thing is supposed to be for. And once again, let's get to my old friend, resize align. It'll close these gaps right up, which is exactly what I want. Oop, there we go. And close that gap. And we have a complete circuit of road now.
Everybody's still wondering about the plugin. Maybe you can just link them and they'll... That's a cool plugin too. How'd you just combine those two like that?
What do you mean? Oh,
Like
okay,
you
so
combine those two ends.
the resize align plugin is a plugin made by Stravant, and you can get it off of his page whenever you're logged into Studio. So let's see here, going up, and then needs to go down after this.